Hey Michelle, how are you?
I'm alright.
You alright?
Yeah.
Alright. Do you remember what confidentiality is? What we discussed last time, or?
Yeah, everything has to stay between us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how you been?
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Yeah. What do you mean by the same exactly?
Well, my parents are still nagging me all the time, and I don't know, it's almost the end of the year, so
For school, you mean?
yeah.
Okay. So, well, last time we did talk about some compromising to help you guys build a relationship, kind of, and so you guys can pretty much see where each other is coming from, and you guys can have fair grounds. So we did talk about compromising and maybe, you taking up more chores and, your parents maybe giving you a little bit more space to your own or maybe some more time with friends. So did you guys try working on that at all, or how did that work?
Well, I did do some yard work,
Okay.
and then because I did that, then I was allowed to stay out like an hour later or something one day.
Okay. How do you feel about that? Do you think that was a good compromise?
Yeah, well, kind of.
Okay.
It's, I don't really think I should have to, like, buy my freedom with work, but.
I understand. Yeah, it's kind of hard just because you do have a lot of boundaries with your parents, and they do set a lot of rules for you. But them as being parents, I think that they're trying to just guide you in the right direction in that sense. They do have a lot of guidelines for you, but I think that it sounds like you've been pretty compromising with them. You've been kind of doing what they've been saying. So, do you feel? Did you do anything else maybe for a compromise, or was that pretty much it?
Yeah, that was pretty much it. We don't really talk to each other. It's just kind of a bargaining system, I guess.
So you guys still haven't been talking that much?
No, they don't care, really. I do what I do, they do what they do.
So when you say that they don't care, what does that mean? That they are pretty much separate from what you do for school and everything, or?
Yeah, besides making sure that I'm home at the right time and getting my grades done, they don't really ask about how I am, really.
Do you try to start a different conversation with them?
I don't know, it's kind of weird to talk to your parents.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be kind of weird, I guess. Especially, I mean, you're still in high school and you kind of don't want to talk to them about certain issues with your friends or anything like that, or boys for that matter. So I could see why that would be kind of weird. But I think that there has to be certain steps to be made instead of, kind of like baby steps. There needs to be certain steps to be made towards talking about anything else, because I think that's essential to having a good relationship with anybody, instead of just talking about, one subject and just school and then that's it and you go to your room or whatever the case may be. So how would you feel about maybe taking small steps into trying to infiltrate some other kind of conversation with them besides just school?
Well, I don't want them all up in my business all the time, but I guess I could talk to them.
Yeah, I think it will be good to talk to them just for a little bit. Not necessarily where they have to know everything about you, they don't need to know every aspect of your life, because, you are growing into a young adult. They don't need to know every single thing, of course. And I think as a teenager, you do want that privacy, especially, with talking to friends and everything like that. So I don't think they need to know everything, but I think it would be good to maybe start taking a step into talking about, not just how has school been, or just anything maybe about your friends, maybe so-and-so did this and we had a good time at whatever the case may be, and I did this today. So would that be something that you'd be comfortable with doing? Maybe just small steps like that?
I don't know. I I don't want them to judge me.
Yeah.
I feel like they probably would judge me on what I do with my friends.
What makes you think that?
Because we're just being kids, we're trying stuff out, and I feel like they probably wouldn't like that.
Okay. Do you ever, if talking to them about anything that's not related to school or anything like that, if that doesn't make you comfortable, how would you feel about maybe actually doing something with your mom, like such as shopping or something like that? How would that make you feel?
Shopping's good. I like getting new stuff.
Shopping's always fun, right?
Yeah.
I think even something like shopping, going to the mall for a date with your mom, I think that will help your relationship, just to do something. Do you guys do anything as a family, or one-on-one with your mom?
Not really. We're all pretty busy.
Right. How would you feel about actually taking the steps to do that? Maybe just spending a day with your mom.
Yeah, I could try that.
Yeah. I think it would be good. I think your mom would appreciate it too. How do you think your mom would feel about it?
I think she'd be willing to do it. It would just be finding time when she's
Okay.
not busy.
I think it's good that you think that she'd be willing to do it, and you're willing to do it. It's just a matter of time, finding time. So I think that knowing that you two would be willing to do something together, I think that's a huge step. I think it's a huge step into your relationship, and and then that will pretty much be the stepping stone for other conversations and stuff like that, because when you're doing something with someone, you can be having fun or shopping, whatever the case may be, but you don't have to just focus on what do I talk about next, So I feel like it won't really put that much pressure on you, and so it'll be more like a fun day.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be good for you. And then I think with doing that with your mom, I think that your mom would probably maybe talk to your dad about it, and your dad would be happy for the two of you, and maybe he would be willing to do something in the future too with you, or as a family even. So I think it would be a good stepping stone to just try and get to know each other more, because I know you guys are really busy, and you're in high school, your sister's away, she's away in college, she's busy, everyone's pretty busy. It's a busy, time of life for you guys, for everybody. So I think it's really important to keep that relationship going, though. So, have you had any fallbacks or anything with your parents lately? Any good news?
Well, I did skip a class, I think, last week, which they weren't very happy about.
Right.
But we were watching a movie, and it was pointless. I would have just slept anyway.
So what did you do when you did skip the class then?
I went out with my friends, and we walked to McDonald's and just hung out.
And how did your parents react when they found out?
They were pretty mad. They told me that I need to be responsible and get on top of my schoolwork and all that stuff.
Okay. I think them finding out about that, I think they were just concerned for you, and they just kind of don't want to see you skipping more classes. They're just concerned for you and your schoolwork. But most teenagers kind of have done that once or twice. I mean, I'm not condoning it by any means, but I think that it happens. And have your parents brought it up any time after that, or?
No, it was kind of like the standard, you shouldn't do this, and I was like, okay, and then it was over with.
I think that's kind of good, though, that they didn't kind of harp on it, instead of, punishing you or anything like that. Did they punish you?
I think that night they took away my phone for an hour.
Okay. And that's just them setting boundaries like they have been doing. So, do you think that when they took away your phone, how did that make you feel towards them?
It made me pretty angry because I was in discussion with my girlfriend and she was talking about, like, all this different drama that's going on and we're trying to fix it, and then they took my phone away, so I had no idea what was happening. It was just frustrating.
Yeah, frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see that being frustrating, especially it's when you're close friends and you want to talk to them, and then you gotta be like, I gotta go because I'm being punished. But I think that's just the reality of living with parents, especially when you do something that's wrong when it comes to skipping classes. So I could see why that'd be frustrating in that sense, because it is one of your girlfriends, and it's kind of a big deal for you.
Yeah, and I skip class to be with my friends, so I don't see why taking away my opportunities to be with my friends outside of class is really helping, because if I can't talk to them later, like at night, then I'm just gonna talk to them during the day.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you see, I mean, I see what you're saying, but it sounds like you see your friends a lot. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. And since you do see your friends a lot, I think, since I'm seeing that you see your friends a lot, I think your parents definitely see that too. So I think that they're trying to take away from maybe the distractions of your friends, but I know that's hard for you because they're a huge part of your life. But I think they're starting to see that it's starting to distract you since you are with them a lot. Would you say that? Would you say that's distracting a little bit, or?
Yeah, I could pay attention in class more, yeah.
Yeah, it happens. I think, like I said, I think they're just trying to keep an eye out for you, but I don't think they want to take away your friends completely from you. I think that it's just kind of setting the boundaries a little bit. But I think it's good that you've been compromising with them or trying to, and hopefully they have seen that progress being made, with chores and everything like that. So, but I think that it'd be really good. I think that a lot will change once you start, talking to them more. And when I say talking to them more, I mean doing stuff with them. I think a lot of things will change in that regard, and hopefully they'll trust you more, because I know it's hard because you feel like they probably aren't trusting you very much.
No, they're still think I'm just a child and
Right.
irresponsible.
Yeah, and it's hard. Especially it's hard that they're pressuring you to do certain things, and then, you have friends that want to do certain things, so you're kind of caught between two worlds pretty much. So I definitely can see the struggle in that. But I think that we'll end on that note, and we did talk about a lot of things today, and I do like the progress that you've been being made. You did make a lot of progress with your parents, even though there was a fallback with you skipping a class and they kind of punished you for that. But I think that overall, I think that you are making progress and trying to make the step towards, having a better relationship with them. And, we planned for next time that, take some time aside. It doesn't have to be anytime soon, whenever you feel like you're ready or whenever you guys have the time for you, your mom, or your dad to do something together, whether it be shopping, going to a movie. I think that'll be a right step for having a better relationship with them. So next time that you come back here, I would like to see that you pretty much made a plan to do something with them, whether it just be your mom or just your dad or together. So when I see you next week, I would like to see some progress for that, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. So I look forward to seeing you then, and I'll keep in touch, and we'll set up a date to meet up next week then, okay?
Okay.
All right, nice seeing you, Michelle.
You too.